What's going on, gang? So today we're looking at how to make an intro in your beat. And most people don't realize how important intros actually are. It can be the difference between your beat getting played and someone saying, "Oh, this is shitty," and throwing it out right away. So let's look at how you can make powerful intros in your beats right now. Okay, so we're going to listen to the intro in this song right here, and then we're going to go over all the elements that make this special. Now, I went all out and I went crazy on this intro, so you'd only really need to apply a couple of these concepts, but this is going to be a good example because I did all kinds of stuff. So we have a drop to right here, and then we have another small drop right here going into the actual drop. So take a listen. Alright, so the first thing I want to take a look at is I actually used a loop for this beat. So I put the intro on its own separate channel here so that I could process it a little bit differently. So some of the things that I like to do is I like to drown it out in reverb. So I have this on 73%, but you can see it's just killing it. I also use the Ableton phaser. It works really nice if you play with the amount here and then the envelopes and attack. You can get some kind of crazy phasing different things there. And then I also filtered the auto filter here, so it just cuts out right here at the beginning like you've seen me do in some of my other tutorials. So it just fades it out right there at the end. So that's how I made this unique. I just kind of washed it out so that when the actual lead comes in, it's a lot more clear and you can hear exactly what's going on. So then it was time to put in a little more elements that make this beat unique from anything else you're going to hear. So I found this little crazy, like a riser sound, and I did a couple things with it. First, I chopped out a couple of the pieces at the very end, and then I pitched them up. So it's climbing up and up as it fades out. The next thing I want to look at is the volume panning. So what I'm doing is I'm fading it out as it goes out so that you don't hear every last little detail of it. It's like it's fading away. On top of that, I also panned it back and forth, and I just did some basic panning here back and forth as it goes by. And on this sample, I just use like a little reverb chain just to give it some more essence, but this is what that sounds like now. And it just adds just a little bit in the background. But it still sounds really epic, and it makes you wonder, like, okay, what the hell is this beat gonna be? I want to look at this box that I have in here now. This is like someone talking about they found like 3 suspects or something, but I thought it's pretty cool, and I use this from time and time again. So I drowned it in reverb, as you can hear in this. And then I also made it a little bit wider so that it was spread out in the ears a little bit more. And then literally what I did is I took this and I duplicated it and then I reversed it. So this is talking backwards. So it sounds kind of crazy. It sounds like she's talking like Slytherin or something crazy at the end there. And I also did some track volume automation here, so it's just slowly getting quieter and quieter until it fades out there. I also have this little cash register thing right before the drop hits. Actually, it hits pretty much right on the drop, so that adds a lot of epicness to it. Hearing that bell with the first kick. And again, I just drowned this one in reverb. Nothing crazy. So altogether, the effects sound like this now in the beginning. So you can see that bell hits right when the drop comes in. And one thing I did is, since I'm not introducing everything right away, I'm not introducing the kick and like the open hi-hats and all the percussion and things at the very beginning. To make this hit a little bit harder, I just put one kick drum on the first 808 hit, on the first hit here. And that just makes the thump and it comes in a lot harder. And then so besides that, all I did for this next little part of the drop here is I cut back some of these elements so the last snare doesn't hit, the last 808 doesn't hit, and got rid of some of the noise that I have playing in the background and took out the hi-hats. And then I used just a little FX riser like this. And it literally leaves all the room for the actual drop to come in. So if you don't have an open hi-hat or a bell that already hits on the one, you might want to put it there as well. That'd be a good idea. Put a bell here. See, I already have this open hi-hat hitting right away, so I don't need to put one. But if you put that there along with the kick, they work in conjunction really well to make that little first hit of the drop when it comes in. It makes it hit even harder. So now that you know how everything works, let's hear it all together in the mix. Alright guys, that wraps up the tutorial on how to make intros in your beats. Hope you guys found that one useful and you can see why they're so important, because it can make or break your beat getting past being heard for 10 seconds. But anyways guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button because we're uploading daily videos and you're not going to want to miss out on them. But I'll be talking to you guys again in the next one. Peace out.